Venga.
Venga, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. How are you? Well, today we are with Marta Frena, Greyhounder CEO, and she is going to talk about how to attract B2C customers. Okay. Then when she finish, you can. She's going to answer your question. Okay, Marta, you can start.
Thanks a lot. Hi everybody, good morning. I am Marta. I'm the CEO of Greyhounders Glasses, one of the startups incubated here in the Madrid office. And today's talk is about how to attract your first B2C customers. I don't know if you guys know something about our project. We are basically trying to revolutionize the optical sector thanks to the new technologies. So we are breaking the molds of the optical world, of the traditional optical world, and we built a B2C e-commerce of prescription eyeglasses, thanks to which we can sell directly to the end-to-end customers, with no need for them to enter any physical store. So they can actually try the frames on in augmented reality through our website, pick up one, and finish the purchase. So I will transmit the presentation, okay? Okay, today's talk, how to attract your first B2C customers. Basically, how to attract this first critical traffic to our website and social networks. And I would say with no money at all, just as our case. Well, first of all, B2C models are very different from B2B or SaaS solutions, because in B2B, the buying and selling cycles is very large if compared to B2C. That is quite more emotive, impulsive, and the decision-making process is more emotional than logical or fully planned. So we are talking about final customers, people like us, and not business entities. So the very first objective for us is to try to connect with every prospect on a human level. And this is, this requires a lot of time and effort on it, and this is quite more difficult if you have zero money to invest in. But actually in Greyhounders, the lack of money didn't hold us back. So we started with low-cost things and ideas and actions in order to get started. First of all, ask friends and their friends and the friends of their friends and so on. So we started using our existing network, talking to the people we knew, and find a few interesting connections among our friends and family. For example, other brands, other young entrepreneurs to share stuff, other investors, and so on. So we ask them about their pains and we listen carefully. For example, how do you do this? Or what's great about it? Or what sucks about it? Have you tried something else? And so on. So we had to find our internet tribe, our niche, and blend in. So we interacted with them and published a lot of quality content. They can read and comment and share and so on. So, another tip, give stuff for free, because actually people love free stuff. So this is actually an action that costs a little money, but in our case we wanted to get as much people behind us and behind the product as possible. So basically free it is. In our case, we usually gave free sunglasses as consideration for something. For example, free photos, free session days, free space to take photos, free helper training, and so on. So it was more like a prize than a free gift. But actually customers and people don't feel like that if they are actually enjoying what they are doing. Nice landing pages called emails, because once we find out our first interested people, our first leads, we started to impact them with cold emails and personalized newsletters, trying to get as much information we can to build our first value proposition. Lowing down into details, the very first actions we tried were very different and cheap, most important. So it was more an emotional investment, because those who are emotionally carried out by our words, our images, offerings, and so on, are those who are truly looking for what we are offering. So the ones who are more likely to make a purchase. So, for example, we created a lot of marketing content. We created a free blog in which we shared a lot of interesting facts about the optical world. We made short videos to solve problems, actual problems of our customer. For example, we noticed that this is a very powerful tool, because our customers told us they had a problem. For example, how to close dipstick, how can I graduate, how can I change the size of my prescription eyeglasses, and so on. So we actually made short videos to help them out with these problems. And first of all, this is quite interesting for them, useful for them. And second of all, they can actually see our faces and see that we are people just like them behind the project. We are a bunch of crazy entrepreneurs who are trying to change something, and this is pretty cool for them. Most important thing, we tested multiple channels at once. Most of them are free or very cheap. Such as the blog, the Instagram and other social networks, the newsletters with catchy titles, little influencers who accepted a pay per product, and so on. But the action that worked better for us was to collaborate with established brands. We made out a research of well-known brands and proposed them collaborations. Basically, it's an interchange of products. We never paid for this sort of collaboration, but we can take advantage of their existing database of followers. So this worked very well for us. Well, focus on the experience first. Most important thing in a B2B model, because if you success in converting your first deal, leads and customers into your ambassadors, they will recommend your product basically to everyone they know. And these new leads and customers will cost you, close to zero. So, for example, in the very first 4 months last year, when we launched our MVP, we sold about 300 glasses with an initial funding very close to zero, lower than 1,000 euros, and basically simply engaging with our followers on a personal basis, offering them very personalized content, and our cost of acquisition was very close to zero. Then during the last months, it was around 15-20 euros, and now it's spreading to 78 euros as we are increasing our marketing investment due to the funding round we just closed. How do you convert your B2C leads into B2B sales? That is the most important thing in a B2C model. And Greyhounders, we try to build relationship with our existing subscribers so they can stay with us and choose whenever they want to buy. We engage them a lot with inbound marketing, and for example with Instagram, because we validated that our ideal customer or target persona is a heavy user of social networks. So we organize a lot of raffles, co-brandings, games to let them participate in the life of the brand, and we proved that the most engaged ones always buys 1, 2, or 3 eyeglasses when in the exact moment we launch a discount. So they actually wait for it and participate, bring in our friends and family and so on. So we are now in the phase of educating them on how to use our product. We are slightly raising prices as they are recognizing our quality product and our philosophy. Another important thing, we worked a lot on our call to actions to make them more sales oriented, even if not aggressively. We learned how to segment our database in order to take more advantage of them and the data they are producing. And it's basically a never-ending stop machinery. We attract leads to our webpage, we fall them in love with the brand, and we make these things that convince them to buy, basically. So basically, those are my my tips on how to attract your first critical leads to an e-commerce. As you see, basically we play a lot with their emotions, and we try to make the purchase more impulsive than logical and so on, thanks to our low prices, to our manner of communicate things and messages and so on. There is a thing on which we are working a lot. So you have here on the screen my contact details if you want to talk with me or ask any question or doubt about the project, the B2C models at large, concrete actions we are realizing, and so on. So I don't know if you guys have any question or doubt, or we can end the transmission. Morning from Budapest. Morning for Madrid too.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, we finish here. Thank you very much, Marta, and see you soon, guys.
Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, we received some question from Benjamin. Sorry. How do you manage raising prices? You say as you increase your market exposure, but surely that is hard as your loyal clients will not be happy, especially in Spain, where I assume more price sensitive. Do you offer the original customer a lower price? Yes, Benjamin. When we first launched our MVP to the market, we offer a lot of discounts just to in order to get us known, because as you may know, we have a lot of competition here in Spain and in Europe at large. We compete with a lot of sunglasses brands, for example. So our first manner to enter the market was by offering lowest prices, the lowest prices ever, a lot of discounts and so on. But we also specified that these lower prices were for a very limited period of time. For example, we worked a lot on our communication in this sense. We, for example, launched our MVP was very limited editions of 10 models with named with districts of Madrid, the city of Madrid. So we explained and communicate to our followers that this was a very limited edition of a new brand of prescription eyeglasses, and for example, during the first 3 months, they took advantage of these lower prices. Then once they knew the project and the product, and they see that we offer the very same quality of very well-known brands, because actually we rely on the same providers as them, they also recognize that we can they can charge them more for the price. And so, for example, our first graduated eyeglasses, we sold them for 59 euros, then 72, 62, 65, and so on. For our very the most loyal clients we keep offering them a lot of discounts. For example, for as consideration for bringing us as clients their families or their friends, their boyfriend and girlfriends, and so on. So we keep an important tracking of our first customers, how many eyeglasses have they saw, if they bought, and so on. So thanks to this tracking, we are able to offer special discounts in order to increase the customer lifetime value of the most loyal ones. So we are trying to make a communication in this sense. And another tip for you is if you have a B2C e-commerce, or I don't know if you sell physical products, but we communicate, for example, our quality increase via Instagram and social networks. So, for example, we launch a very specific message of, oh, we have a new provider of graduated lenses that have this certification and this and this and this in Europe and basically worldwide and so on. So people can actually search for these providers and check out this quality. So they are more likely to pay more for the product. Thanks to you too. Okay, if you don't, awesome. If you don't have any question, I think we can stop the transmission.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks.